Hey guys, Gotham Geek Girl here, and I got to interview Jamie Campbell Bower, actor that plays Vecna in Stranger Things Season 4. Catch it discuss Season 4, Volume 2, out now.
Yeah. How did you prepare to switch from the advisable and friendly orderly that we saw early on in Volume 1 to the massacred Hawkins and the terrifying supernatural villain, Vecna?
So with Henry at the beginning, hello, first of all, sorry. With Henry at the beginning, I had to know exactly where we end up at the end of 7. And the feeling, the internal fire that's raging in that monologue, and how that's kind of exuding from every pore, and how I was talking at that point as well, just in terms of what I was saying. So that was always kind of bubbling underneath the surface at the beginning of the Henry journey. And it was about understanding that I had to, in order to be able to survive the environment that I'm in with Brenna, that I had to just cover that fire with a bit of a blanket and a bit of a sort of nice, gentle facade, but all the time it was going on in there. So one of the things that I tried to do, and I think hopefully, astute people will see, is that as that journey is progressing, you'll just see little flashes of the fire coming through in the eyes. It will just be little moments here and there that will come through. And then, for Henry, it's all kind of out in the open. So for the end of 7, it's all kind of out in the open. So when we got to that stage, it was about drawing that up more. I feel like I'm in good company to talk about this. So like a lot of like heavy dark meditation, a lot of kind of I guess you call them kind of semi ritualistic practice, just in terms of like setting the space and kind of being open enough for things to come through. And then when they did come through, or things were taken out and then replaced almost, it was about kind of kicking up that fire an extra notch. So that's more physical for me, and that came from just kind of igniting a fury within self almost. And that's quite a physical process. And then for Vecna, again, a lot of deep dark meditation. I know that for me, like when I'm in that space, it's almost like my feet are more connected to the earth, and more connected to the ground. And so I tried to get myself into that space for Vecna more. So I listened to a lot of black metal, sono, heavy, like low frequency sounds were always a thing for me that really helped. And just letting this, whatever it was that was out there, kind of take over in a funny way. There was this saying that came up, which was "let me drive." Literally just came up over and over and over again. I was like, you become so, I became so non-conscious and so like non-judgmental, where I was just like, all right, cool, if that's what you want to do, then that's chill. So yeah, that was kind of the process for it.
So thank you. You've been in 3 major book to film franchises like Harry Potter and Twilight, and also a number of fantasy horror films, including Sweeney Todd. Do you prefer to take on these kind of roles, and how have these films been inspirational to how you choose your roles and how you played Vecna?
I You're asking some good questions, because they're giving you funny answers in a good way. I've never, it's funny, I've never considered the roles that I am taking, if that makes sense. Like, it's always the things that I have always done or been drawn to generally have tended to be either in the world of fantasy or of this sort of like darker space. And that's just happened. I don't know why. I really, really, really don't know why. How has it kind of shaped me to be who I am? I suppose it's always been who I am. I guess that's why I keep getting drawn to it. I guess that's why they keep coming across my desk. And but I am always interested and fascinated in characters that have something different about them, or a level of like truth that we don't tend to see from people. Fantasy as well, and I've said this before, but I love fantasy because it helps us to create a world that we really should be living in. That's what I like about it, is that it shows us so much of how we could be living, but we choose not to.
I wish we had magical powers.
Yeah, exactly. Avatar.
Thank
All right,
you.
with just